Hi guys, my name is Josh. I'm a final year medical student at the University of Southampton. This is part 3 of my series of an introduction to global health ophthalmology. So I did this series as part of the Medics.Academy virtual elective. I did the virtual elective in May, and this has been the culmination of all the work that I've done and also the program I've done to help me with it. So if you've missed part 1 and part 2, please do check it out on the Medics.Academy YouTube channel. In part 1, I have talked about kind of just really introducing the whole concept of global health ophthalmology, why it's so important, what are some of the causes, and information such as that. In part 2, I've covered 3 avoidable causes, and in particular, they're all preventable causes of global blindness and visual impairment. So there's some really interesting stuff there, hopefully. And finally, in this presentation, I will be looking at a case study of global health ophthalmology with a charity called Selfless UK. So that's what this presentation will be about. So thanks for joining, and we'll get straight into it. And as an introduction, who am I? I'm a final year medical student at the University of Southampton. I have an interest in ophthalmology, medical education, and research. And I guess that interest in ophthalmology and medical education is why I'm doing these videos, or why I've chosen this series. Why have I chosen this topic? I think it's interesting, not normally on the medical school curriculum, but global health ophthalmology is an important topic to know about just for general knowledge. I think it's interesting in terms of how it's working with global socio-economic development. And similar ideas such as that. And for those who are watching who are interested in taking the Duke Elder exam, the stuff that I've gone through in part 1 and part 2 and a bit of part 3 as well is important for the Duke Elder exam. If you don't know what the Duke Elder exam is, do see my previous videos. I talk about it in the introduction sections for those videos. But basically, it's just an exam that medical students in the UK can do who are interested in ophthalmology and want to get basically just points on their interview, for their CV and for interview points for specialty. Okay, so in this case study, we'll look at the charity Selfless UK. It's a UK charity aiming to improve healthcare equity in Bangladesh. It does various projects focusing on different disease interventions, including ophthalmology, but not limited to ophthalmology. They also do many other things, as you'll see in the video. And also, it's a really good case study because it provides opportunities in global health, volunteering, leadership programs for medical students. I think a lot of this audience may be medical students watching this video. And that's why I think this case study is just great to bring in, because it's looking at global health, it's looking at ophthalmology, and it's got that opportunity for medical students who may want to get involved in this topic. It gives an avenue for them to get involved in more. So the interview, I interviewed Dr. Jing Alam, he kindly agreed to just give a quick interview a couple of weeks ago with me, and I recorded it. He's an F2 doctor and program director at Selfless UK. In the video, he's going to discuss how he got into the program, his successes, his challenges, and how students can get involved as well with Selfless UK. So I will come out this PowerPoint now and just quickly come to the video itself.
Hi, Jingy. So thanks for joining me today and helping me with my presentation on an introduction to global health ophthalmology. I'm just hoping to have basically a presentation on you and the work that you're doing in global health ophthalmology, and for it to, with our audience being medical students for the webinar. So that's how it's going to go. So first, I'm just going to ask you, just do you want to introduce yourself and kind of what you're doing at the moment?
So cheers, Josh, for bringing me into your elective program. So my name is Jingy. I'm an FY2 doctor in Leicester. I graduated from the University of Southampton in 2018. I first got involved with the charity Selfless UK in 2015 when I went as a volunteer on their elective aid program for 4 weeks in and around various parts of Bangladesh, and then continued to stay involved with the organisation. And now I'm the program director at Selfless, where I run the Global Health Leadership Program aimed at junior doctors and medical students. And I'm also the founder of Porishkar, which is the cataract surgery service that we run in rural Bangladesh. So I've been doing that for about 5 years on and off. But in the most recent year or so, I've taken over the organization from our founder, Naeem Ahmed.
Okay, so that's some really great stuff that you're doing. And could I ask you, like, what was it that first interested you about these like programs in global health ophthalmology?
So I myself come from a Bangladeshi background. My family are from Bangladesh. I was born in the UK. So, I was always mindful of my identity, how British was I, how Bangladeshi was I. So I always wanted to get involved with some work in Bangladesh. And then this opportunity came up on LinkedIn in 2015. And a friend of mine, a non-medic friend of mine from Southampton, went on to work for Selfless. So she approached me on LinkedIn being like, do you want to come along? So I didn't really know much about the organization or what they did. And I went along, and I think it was the perfect time for me because I was hitting a bit of a dip during I think I was at university for 3 or 4 years at the time. And I just, was getting a bit burnt out by the whole thing. And then it really energized me going to Bangladesh, seeing what the healthcare system was like, how Selfless UK operate in Bangladesh really excited me. So I came back and I got in touch with the founder and asked him how I can continue to get more involved and stay involved. And so slowly I took on a bit more responsibility every year. And actually about March, April time in 2019, I met up for a coffee with our founder and approached him about this ophthalmology project that I had in mind. And it all started from there, really. And then the Global Health Leadership Program was just an evolution of the Elective Aid Program that we were running for years. So, the organization has been going on since 2008. And so I didn't really intend to be in the position I'm in now, but it was really just how one thing led to another, really.
Yeah. Oh, it's good how things end out there and the ways that's happened for you. And could you talk a bit more? Could you talk a bit more about like some of the aims that Selfless has as an organisation and as a charity?
I think essentially it boils down to universal healthcare, and we run three big projects. So we run Porishkar, which is a ophthalmology, a cataract surgery service that enables people who have lost their jobs due to their cataract and fixes that problem by giving them free cataract surgery and helping them then get back into work. So ultimately avoiding poverty, avoiding joblessness, and empowering them to go back into work. So that's the project that I focus on mainly. And we set it up last summer, and it's really picked up since. And then we've got the dental hygiene project that we run with Tanvir Kamali, who's a final year dental student at King's. He leads this dental hygiene project, which is basically public health information, how to brush your teeth, why it's important to brush your teeth, giving young people in primary schools a toothbrush to use at home, a bamboo toothbrush to use at home. And then we run Upahar, which is a antenatal program. So we sign up women in rural villages to our antenatal program. And if they complete the program, then they get a baby bundle, which is a bounty pack with all the essentials for the first 8 days of life. Trying to make every young baby in Bangladesh have an equal start to life. So those are the programs that we run throughout the year. And then every year when we take our delegates out to Bangladesh, we run huge health camps, which are like GP services in villages that don't usually have any access to healthcare. which is quite an exciting and exhausting project. But we find that our delegates find it really beneficial to be in that environment.
Yeah, that's all really good. I can see that you're in like not just the aspects of ophthalmology and global health, and in that aspect you're targeting cataracts, which is such an important aspect of it. But you're also looking at different global health aspects. Yeah, so even I didn't know that. So I didn't know that you're doing pregnancy. Obs and gynae global health, which is important as well, and even dental. So that's kind of outside of medicine. So that's all really good stuff you're doing.
So the thing is, we do within the organisation. Once our delegates finish the Global Health Leadership Program, we encourage them to think of their own projects, their own global health programs that they want to introduce. So use it as a sort of launch pad for various, because we have the infrastructure in Bangladesh. We have our Bangladesh team out there who are, I think one of the questions that comes up quite often is, what are the obstacles that you face? And it's the cultural barrier. But given that I come from a British Bangladeshi heritage and work in Bangladesh, there is some common ground, and we are able to communicate quite well. So we have that opportunity to do projects that our volunteers or our delegates or sort of graduates from our course come up with, which is quite unique to our organisation.
Oh, that's good. And you've actually answered one of my questions that I was going to go on to, because I was going to ask you what the obstacles were, but that barrier that you mentioned, of course, being one of them.
Yeah. I think another barrier that I should mention, which is really important when it comes to global health work, is making sure that these projects are sustainable. A lot of the time when you run these projects, you rely on donations from friends and family, you rely on donations from the public. And so at the moment, we're exploring other ways of funding our projects, which, inevitably in any charitable organization will be something at the back of your mind all the time.
Yeah, that's an important point as well. Definitely, I can see that. But now we've got the barriers out of the way. That means we can focus on any successes that you've had, either just as the organisation as a whole, or the projects that you said you've been particularly involved in with the cataracts. What do you think's been the best success or highlight so far?
I think some of the successes we could talk about are, having people from a diverse range of backgrounds coming onto our program and experience the Bangladeshi healthcare system, being able to give them that insight into healthcare in Bangladesh, into the health beliefs of Bangladeshi people. A lot of these guys come back and work in the UK and, might serve a population of British Bangladeshi people and be able to click with those patients, be able to think differently now that they've been on our program, be a bit more open to these cultural beliefs that people have from Bangladesh. That's a success in terms of what our volunteers gain. And I think, the organisation has been running for 12 years now. So that itself is a success. Being able, when we run our health camps, we reach out to thousands of people per year, more than 3,000 each year. Our programs are, our ophthalmology program has put, I think up to this date, we've put about 50 people back into work.
That's great.
We've intervened on their cataract, the consequences of their cataract, and helped them, empowered them to get back into work. And I think that's what's important to me. It's not turning up and doing a project and then leaving. For me, it's about empowering the local people and helping them take control of their health and their own life. That's why the Eye project is very important to me.
No, that's really good. That's such good impacts that you've been able to have so far. So we're just running a bit out of time, and is it all right if you could mention like how medical students are able to get involved in the organisation as you yourself have.
Absolutely. So every year we run a global health leadership program. Recruitment for that opportunity starts in September. So everyone puts in an application, has a Skype interview. We take on healthcare students and professionals from any background in any healthcare profession, and then so that they can get involved through that stream of our work. And we usually go to Bangladesh in July every year. This year we're gonna run 2 programs, one in March, springtime, and one in the summertime. But when I say this year, I mean 2020 to 2021. But given everything that's happened with the global pandemic, all of our programs this year have been postponed. So, we were supposed to go to Bangladesh July the 10th this year, but that got cancelled. But, medical students can get involved by applying for our Global Health Leadership Program. We're working in partnership with the Healthcare Leadership Academy and Medics.Academy to introduce a global health element to the work that they do. So I think the best way at the moment would be to sign up for our Global Health Leadership program, which can be found on our website, which is www.selfless.org.uk.
Cool. Yeah. And I hope that provides an example of how medical students can get involved in global health to the audience of this. So I think we covered everything that we could cover in this short time. There's loads more I wish I could have asked you, but it's been a really good interview. So thank you for joining me.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks for having me.
It's all right.
Nice one, Josh. Take care.
Yeah, you too. Cheers.
All right, so that was that video. I hope you found it interesting. We'll go back to the PowerPoint. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting. It was really good to speak to Jingy, speak to him about what he's done with Selfless UK. Really, really great examples of some of the things that we covered in part 1 and part 2 of these series, in particular, the cataracts and implementing the cataract surgery program and the effects that it's had on the patients who have used the service. Really far-riding impacts that treating global blindness and visual impairment can have. So really great thing he's doing. And thanks again, Jingy, if you're watching, for helping me with that interview. So,
hi, Jingy.
We'll
so thanks for joining me today. And helping.
More info on Selfless UK. That's their charity there, www.selfless.org.uk. Instagram and Twitter @SelflessUK. If you're at all interested in getting involved, email Jingy if you have any further questions. So that's his email up there that he's happy for me to send out for any medical students who are interested. And also just to say, the next round of the Global Healthcare Leadership Program that Selfless UK are running, this is for the summer 2021 expedition. The application period is opening soon. It's opening in September 2020. So if you are interested, and you should be interested because it's such a great way to get involved with leadership, global health, really great thing to just do, and so many great experiences that you'll see. Do keep an eye out for it. That'll be opening in September 2020. So yeah. So that is the end of part 3, and also the end of this series of videos about an introduction to global health ophthalmology. In a summary, I hope that watching this series will help answer the questions. I hope these are the kind of aims that I wanted to get across in the videos. If they haven't come across well, then it's probably my fault, because this is what I wanted you to be able to answer. 1, why is ophthalmology so important in global health? 2, can you name and briefly describe 3 easily preventable diseases that cause blindness? 3, name some case studies or initiatives that aim to tackle global blindness and visual impairment. And 4, if you are interested, how can you get involved further in global health ophthalmology? And And thank you so much to the whole Medics.Academy team, to Johan, Anna, Hibba, Jack, Dr. Alan, us to Eamon, who's helping out with the videos as well. And also thank you to the Medics.Academy May Elective cohort. So the other guys who did the program with me, really good to meet you all. I'm really looking forward to seeing your videos. So thanks for all the help that you guys have all given me in some of the ideas that I've had, and this presentation itself, and the other things that I've done with the virtual elective. So thank you guys. So thank you. Thanks for listening. I hope it's been informative. I hope that this series of an introduction to global health ophthalmology has been good for your learning and your general interest. If you have any questions or you want to get involved with the virtual elective itself, please direct them to the Medics.Academy team. They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook. Just a simple search that they'll come up. They'll be top. And I am also on Twitter, so I'm at Josh Adeyoju with an underscore at the end. If you want to ask me any questions as well about the virtual elective or about the presentation that I've just given. I'm also on LinkedIn as well. So if you want to connect, if you're also interested in ophthalmology, medical education, research, anything like that, then do connect with me on LinkedIn. And finally, do like and subscribe to the Medics.Academy YouTube channel. That's where all these videos will be posted. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, do go check them out. And I hope that it's been good. Also, my colleagues, as I said, my colleagues that I've met with the virtual elective experience, they will be posting their own videos on all the different really interesting topics that they decided to do theirs on. So keep an eye out. It's been really good experience. I hope this video has been good. And thank you for listening. Have a good day.